Did you know goldenrod makes an excellent tea?
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear Aaron.
Me.
You are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tomic's veteran of the comic book industry for 30 years. I'm a writer, I'm an artist, and this sucks.
Tonight's episode, A Dangerous Affair.
Don't start! We haven't left yet!
Woo! Let's go! Wow, I had the buttons screwed up today, didn't I?
Wow.
Oh, I'm tripping out, man. Look, you can see the screen in your eyes.
Oh, it's better seeing that than what's under these.
Shelley was out
baby.
drinking last night, and it just
not. I would have had more fun till 5 a.m. if I had been.
My goodness, you're watching.
Real.
You're watching Aaron live. It's
Shelley
Showtime.
Live.
Yeah, this is Shelley. It's not Showtime. It's Shelley backstage. I think it's kind of more not feeling the front and center today. But she's rallied and she's here for you guys. So
we'll
give her some love.
We'll wait for the rating of how well the rally goes. But
that's true.
This is weird. Okay, with the sunglasses.
It's like you're like the Jack Nicholson of YouTube. He's got shades wherever you go. Anyway, like I said, you're you're watching Aaron live. This is our 1 millionth episode. We're very excited about that, and not really.
Just seemed like we just started yesterday.
Yeah, doesn't it though? But do you realize we've got 10 more days till my mom's birthday? 11 more days before the first Nebraska football game of the season.
Oh, that's why I couldn't sleep last night.
Yeah,
I was so excited.
Tossing and turning.
So excited.
I've been watching videos on YouTube that will kind of like talk about the season, you know, kind of getting me hyped up.
Where's the Kleenex box? Did you go through a whole box?
No, I haven't started crying yet. I'm excited right now. Okay. I may be crying in a few more weeks, but anyway, so as you informed me, Daniel Russell is actually the first person
I think so,
in the house.
I saw it. I don't remember when I saw it.
Even though
he just wrote first.
On Texas Mofo, there was the only one showing on my screen. So,
yes.
I will talk about that. We will talk about the ending. Okay. I know a lot of people felt that the film, of course, we're talking about the Last Voyage of the Demeter.
Did you give it a
I didn't.
Demeter?
I'll tell you this. A little preview of my review. Yeah. The ending is exactly what I predicted.
Mm.
And
kind of like
I called
Top
my shot.
Gun Maverick. I gotta take this off.
I called my shot.
Okay, brace yourselves. Oh, Yeah.
called
Oh, she's a pretty one.
I called my shot before the movie so people would
It's called
know.
Board.
No.
Oh no. Okay.
And so anyway, so I didn't mind the ending because I figured that's exactly how it would end, and it did. So anyway,
Yep.
Stippling Vaughn is here. He says next week is
Yay.
the 100th Rights and Image of the Day. Who will be the special guest? Actually, you're wrong. Next week will be the 99th Rights and
So
Image.
close, but I love that you're keeping track.
Thank you so much.
So nice.
You know, I should call up Walter and Louise and see if they want to come on, because Walter lived right in the same building with Wrights and for years, and so he probably has some good Wrights and stories.
He's got good stories about
that's true. He's
everybody, everything.
He's got
and if he doesn't have one, he'll just make one up.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mark Pengren is here. Says, hope it was a good movie, Aaron. We'll get to that. Toshiro, Jasu, NPC Oasis. Good evening, good sirs and mamas. Randy Howell, all the way from Canada.
Lady.
Bill Maxwell is here. Says hello to everyone. He's inclusive. That's great. Kevin Thomas, there was a lot I liked about the Demeter, but I'd be interested to hear others' thoughts on it too. The ending was meh. Nobody likes the ending, and I heard everybody complaining about the ending.
It was meh. Not meh. It was meh. It was meh.
Okay, we'll get to it.
Got bags you could pack with. Oh, luggage.
Put them sunglasses.
I got luggage.
Happy birthday to H.P. Lovecraft, Ron Paul, and Larry Correa. Hey, Shelley and Aaron. That's H's for
Hey.
Eric Boyd, Greek. The Greek Avenger, also known as the Geek Avenger, is here.
Cousin.
Yeah.
Geek Avenger.
Bretsky the Great is here. Citizen Ronan. Moromi is here. Henry Jeremek, all the way from Oregon. Marcus Killigrew, our pop culture knowledge person, is here. There's me. Hang in there.
Well, that was me, but
it was you typing as
right as we're starting. Husker's like, oh,
I gotta go outside.
Well, he didn't say it like that.
Yeah, but I could sense it.
It was
Paul Taylor, our resident biologist, is here.
Hey, Paul.
You
might be asking yourself, well, why didn't Shelley do it?
We're lucky that Shelley is sitting in this chair right now. That's all I can say. So hopefully we'll keep it for the whole show. But if not,
at 3:00, I said, oh no, 3:05. Oh, for Aaron, come on, you can do it. At 3:10, ask her. I'm not doing it.
We're done to Paul. He pizza pictures. Now he's hungry.
I know.
I know. We had pizza yesterday for a special event we attended, which we'll get to in a minute as well. Louis Brightman says, this is the show to watch.
Oh,
and
so
nice. Thank you. Christina Lynn is here. Christina's going, Aaron, where are my pages to proofread? They're coming. You Scared Jody is here. Let's see. One Slick Dude.
Nice.
Let's see. Squibs is here. Just close your eyes when I scroll.
Okay, sorry.
I'm scrolling.
All right.
Nomadidon is here. Shadows Pawn. Hello, Lepresti. I gifted a copy of Wraith of God to my older brother, and he loved it. Thank you so much for that.
How nice is that?
Fantastic. Dale A is here. He says, Demeters, thumbs up or thumbs down? We'll find out.
Oh, they're anxious to know. That's so nice.
Wiley Draws is here, of course.
Of course.
Paul Taylor says, still a couple of months till hockey season starts. So he's Canadian, so, you know.
So that works.
Yeah. Let's see. Paul Brillart, our resident, I always want to say, I always start to say biologist. And I go, no, he's not the biologist. I have to engineer. I have to recalibrate. So engineer comes out.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Shelley has a surgery on the 18th of September. So it depends on what kind of shape she's in. Actually, I may not be able to attend, but I will know.
Well, and then if the rumors happen that Idiot Man's going to do full COVID restrictions again mid-September, and they call off my surgery, I was just going to be, man. I mean, it is what it is. It doesn't matter. But
hey,
but yeah, so that's where we're at.
We're a little
my surgery's on the 18th.
A little uncertainty in September. Hey, Fox Mulder has returned as a regular viewing partner. Hollywood Shelley was fun while it lasted. Let's see. Eric the Guapo says, is it raining up where you guys are at? Dawn here, it's pouring right now.
No, I was wondering if it was
going to be 90 degrees out.
Yeah, but like with
We didn't get any rain.
Tropical Storm Hillary.
Oh, that's.
Other than that, let me think. Oh, wrong one. Take it. Like the 10-day forecast, are we going to get? Doesn't look like it.
No rain. No, going to stay sunny. That's good. I'm
clouds.
I never complain about warm weather in Oregon because we so rarely get it. We've had a really nice hot summer, which I'm totally on board with. But
we're going to a little colder and cloudy Monday, Tuesday. Not that you guys care, but then we'll be in the.
We need one of those green
90s.
screens so you can like show the weather. The
Pacific Northwest. We'll have some really tall trees.
That's right. Coron Zenith from Australia says, "Hey, awesome people."
Who's he talking to?
You better be talking to me.
Oh, I see.
And you, since you're sitting here.
Oh, I'm so awesome.
Doc Blaylock is here. Sean Allen is here. Repairman Jack. 5 days until the Fighting Irish start their undefeated season. Yeah, we'll see about that.
I need a fireball to wake up. Oh no, I did just take pain meds about an hour ago, so that would not be a good idea.
Jake Blues, who's often singing the blues, says, "I appreciate the positivity. It's always present on your streams. We're all about the positive nature of things."
Thanks. That's nice.
There's Merv the Astro Chimp is joining us. Presties, thanks for joining.
We want you to know that he drew that so long ago.
Yeah, but the funny thing is,
it's just a coincidence.
Every time I draw Merv the Astro Chimp now, I see Phil.
I know.
Every single time. I can't get it out of my head. Let's see. Sister Ron says I have to stick around for the whole show to find out.
Perhaps.
No. Actually, you can go right now. So you get first smart. Are you in SoCal? Do you feel the earthquake? Oh, he's talking to Eric.
Oh.
Tarks9 is also from Canada. Says hail. Ryo Stu is here. The Angry Gamer has shown up.
Nice. Well, welcome, guys.
Let's see. Got an old Spider-Man anniversary issue this week at a garage sale. Guess who drew one of the backup features?
Was it the black hologram cover?
Probably a guy by the name of Aaron Lopresti. If that's what you're insinuating.
Oh, that was a good one for us.
I think that's what he's insinuating.
That was a good royalty check. We got in right at the end of that boom.
Yeah, that was, in fact, that was the only really good royalty check. Well, no, we got off the black hologram. We got what, $25,000, $28,000 on that. Then there was like the backups. I did the monthly backups. We got like these $1,400, $1,500 or $2,500, something like that, for like 3 months. Sludge number 1, I got $3,000 off that, and then
I don't remember all this. I know there's been Planet Hulk stuff.
And then the gold foil Spider-Man where he fights Venom on the cover, 270 or 300 issue 375, and we got 13,000 for that one.
Did?
So we had like one. Then we got all those in 1 year, and I thought this was the beginning. This is the beginning of the big time, baby.
Man,
and
I'm a good,
off the cliff we went. We've been crawling back up the cliff ever since. But we did have that 1 year where we were pretty good.
We were like, hey.
We had extra money that 1 year. We're like,
that's why I don't remember it was so long ago.
Well, we went to Australia.
Yeah, that was 95, maybe?
94.
94, yeah.
They paid for part of the trip, and then we paid for all the rest of it. It's expensive going to Australia from here anyway.
Even back then.
Okay, so let's take a look at. Well, actually, just do this first. We went to we had a party.
My mom is so tired.
Yesterday, where my son Josh and his wife, our daughter-in-law, announced the gender of their baby. She's of course pregnant, and they're going to have a baby in January. And they found out the gender, and they were shocked to find out that there's only 2 genders, and so they got to pick one of those.
And so we all had to choose and then wear somewhere like that color.
Yeah. So we all were guessing, and here was my logic. My logic was that I figured we all kind of wanted it to be a boy because you think the first baby, have an older brother.
I always wanted an older brother. I didn't like being oldest.
So we figured that'd be the best thing. But then I started thinking, well, okay, wait a minute. If that's what everybody thinks is probably going to happen and should happen, it's probably going to be a girl. So then I was convinced it was going to be a girl, but then I realized, kind of like George Costanza, I was like, whatever I think is always wrong. So I said, so if I think now it's a girl, then it is going to be a boy. So I went back on team boy, and that's.
Well, I was hoping boy, just because, yeah, like I always was so jealous of my friends that had older brothers and things.
This one?
Yeah, that's the movie one.
Well, do we want to do the pic? Is this just a picture first and then the movie?
Yeah, there's 2 pictures in that one. Sorry.
Okay, so go ahead. Do how you want to do it, Shelley.
All right. So there they are afterwards. Yay. And so only her best friend knew. So she's the one that took care of, everything. And then they had the ultrasound picture. That's his little Winky right there. So of course, me, I had to take a picture.
Okay.
Yep.
So anyway, Shelley does have a little clip here.
If I can do it. Is this one?
Yeah, go to present. Yeah, share screen.
Sorry, my eyes are so
window.
blurry.
And then here we go.
All right.
I don't know if the sound's going to work. I've been having trouble. Okay. So basically, here they were. They had these like tubes that they got, right?
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Yay. And then we all had blue, whatever came out of that, besides the confetti,
Stuck
all
to
over
our
us.
clothes.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Good times.
That's how it works, apparently. Back in our day, a gender reveal was we picked up the phone and called people and said, "Oh, yeah, it's going to be a boy."
The pressure now, oh my goodness. But it was pretty kicked back for what I thought they were going to do. I'm amazed because it was so kicked back. I'm amazed they had the
tube things.
They have to say because, well, I guess they only had those ones. I don't know. See, me, I would have been so prepared that I would have had everything, both colors. But I was really impressed that they didn't peek or anything or find out before.
Look at all these boy names coming in. Merv Lopresti. That's a good one. Hubert.
Yes, it's our first grandchild. Yeah, it's a he, him. Woo!
You're going to stay that way.
So I think one of the names they're looking at maybe is Jackson.
Jackson, Mississippi Lopresti, I think is what the middle name is.
I think it's going to be Jackson Shelley. You'd be like, great, I'm cursed.
What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
While we're contemplating all these wonderful names that could possibly be used,
Jackson Aaron.
Let's run this public service announcement real quick. Well, I was so late on that.
You suck.
Yeah, so what we need you guys to do is hit the like and subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, do all that fun stuff because it helps this channel grow. And growth is good for everybody. Right?
Sure.
Personal growth.
Personal growth. There you go.
I'm not talking about necessarily physical growth. We're trying to stay away from that. But and so
Conan
Lopresti,
Tiberius.
Tiberius.
Come on, Cletus.
you walk over, but you be crawling.
A little bit back.
You live it back. That's what it is. Excuse me.
Cute.
Jack Lopresti.
Action Jacks.
Yeah.
Leonard Tiberius. I think Jessica might have a problem. I don't even know if she knows Tiberius is like a Star Trek thing.
Yeah, she wouldn't get the old James Kirk thing. I don't think she's totally into that scene, man. Thundar, I like that. That's good.
Lopez.
Yeah, Thundar Lopez. I've got a little bit of something left up there, and I think we should probably
I might need
get rid of it. So let's do this.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Correct.
So I'm kind of like being addicted or becoming addicted to Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
They actually have like all these kind of like fun snack items, and they're actually reasonably priced.
Oh.
So
Not like whole paycheck foods.
right, these are these are dark chocolate raisins, so they're actually healthy.
What we tell ourselves.
That's right.
Yep.
They're chocolatey, they're chewy, they're delicious.
They're delicious.
So anyway,
Yep.
that's our snack for today.
Well, don't put it away.
Yeah.
If you don't know anything.
I know many things.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do.
So while I'm doing what I shouldn't be doing, which is eating on screen, let's take a look at our rights and image of the day, which is, this is day 98.
For
Okay,
those of us that are
Stippling
camming.
Vaughn got a little ahead of himself,
That's okay.
but that's all right. So this is 98. Next week will be 99. The following week, of course, will be
The big
100 and the rights and anniversary show. But anyway, let's take a look at what I've got for us this week.
It up.
Shelley, not a fan of the dark blue. A little dark colored
His stuff
choice.
is so much better just black and white.
Well, he does a lot of line work, a lot of detail in there that you like to see.
You lose it.
But despite the fact I really like that piece, and I couldn't find a black and white. I found a gray tone piece where they basically just took a scan of that blue and knocked out the blue, just made it a gray, and didn't really improve it at all because the values were still the same. So, but
Hi, baby.
that was about Erie Magazine 65, 66, somewhere in that neighborhood. They were running some El Cid as a character stories, and of course.
Sorry, Husker once on the show.
Of course, the great Charlton Heston starred in the movie El Cid.
Oh,
so there you go.
You want a pee?
I know he'll be crawling all over me. He'll be crawling all over me. So anyway,
there he is. You want up?
That's one of my
You want a pee?
favorite.
No, not so much. Okay.
Okay.
Not so much.
So anyway, there we are, we're back. Now, Shelley, you might see something right between us on the back wall. Do you see something right between us that might be new?
No. Yes.
You guys see that
Right
back there? That clay face
Oh,
painting?
there.
Should I actually get up and
Yeah, I'm not getting up.
get up and show you this? This is a David Finch acrylic painting of Clayface. And I got it framed and just got it back from the framers. And I will have you know that I picked out all of this stuff to show you my artistic prowess here. But I didn't do the artwork, sadly. But I'm very excited to have this piece. Got it framed up. Spent a little money on the frame, but I figured it was worth it because Finch, David gave this to me as a gift. Well,
So nice.
it was a trade, but a 10-year late trade, and I guess he felt guilty, so he gave me more than he should have. But I tried to give it back to him, and he wouldn't take it, so I eagerly kept it.
Did you go? No, I can't take that. I
Yeah,
can't.
I was pulling it out of his hands, and so we got it framed, and now I just got to find a spot for it in the wall.
Good
But
luck.
there it is. So yeah, I may have to trade some stuff out.
Maybe the
It really
the only place it really could go, I think, is what's behind the Frazetta book.
that's Paul Ryan.
Oh,
See, I thought maybe it could go here.
yeah.
Can you see me on screen?
Or where the
But it doesn't really fit there. And so I think I can get it on this back wall over here if I move that Wrights and Dragon painting up.
Yeah.
But for right now, there it is. Exciting stuff. My art collection has really improved since I started self-publishing. I get people to do covers, and then I buy the cover art from them, and it's been a lot of fun. That, of course, is
everything like the frame brings out the texture. Clayface. That was a good choice.
I will say the lady that worked at the frame shop she came over with that frame and said, what do you think of this? And I went, you're onto something now. And so I could put it on the ceiling. Can you imagine having that look down at you? What did you give David? A 5-minute quick head sketch of sludge? No, I did. I actually did it. I did a amethyst for him because that's what he had. That's how long ago we were going to switch or trade sketches. And I asked him for a clay face because I figured it wouldn't take that long, and he just was not ever able to get to it. And I finished mine and gave it to him, and then that was it. And I figured, well, that's all right. But then he comes back, and here we are, 10 years later or whatever, and we were talking about it, and he's like, I got a clay face I can give you. And I went, oh, cool. And I figured it was,
right.
And he pulls his painting out and gives it to me like,
yeah.
So
amazing.
It was very nice of him. So I'm gonna put food in my mouth and then read super chats.
Perfect.
Geek Avenger for $2. Give him the middle name Danger.
Ooh.
Jackson Danger Lopresti. I love it. Angela for $5. Thank you, Angela. Hey there, Loprestis. What's your preferred chocolate? Milk or dark?
Yes.
Exactly. Here's the thing, Shelley.
Tell me.
I used to be a milk chocolate guy all the way. Dark chocolate I thought was...
Yeah, me too.
But I really, if you take like a candy bar, like they do Milky Ways now with dark chocolate, I prefer those to the milk chocolate. Now, dark chocolate by itself isn't quite as good as milk chocolate. But
if I had to eat just the chocolate,
I would go milk chocolate.
Yeah.
But if it's with anything like almonds covered raisins, I prefer the dark chocolate because it's not quite as sweet. And it works, I think, complements the other flavors.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's see.
So we're not entrepreneurs, but connoisseurs of fine chocolate.
Yeah, we are fancy pants.
In fact, we've eaten chocolate in America, Germany, and France. And it's
not that impressive when
it is.
Say it out
The
loud.
German chocolate, though,
in your head, I'm
superior.
sure it sounded like we are amazing.
Well, no, I was just trying to show that I have a broad perspective on chocolate.
Oh, I see.
And German chocolate, I thought, was the best.
Oh, everything in Germany was pretty good.
Now, when we went to this wasn't planned at all, but here we go. When we were in Paris, remember when we went to the Louvre, and then we went to that little restaurant on the backside of the Louvre where we had the croque, what do we call it?
Croque Madame.
Yeah, sandwiches, which are like the egg and cheese sandwiches. And then there was like that little kind of a little ritzy area where they had like the nice shops, and we were kind of going in and out of like the shopping places before we got to that road. No. Oh. This was back by that restaurant. No. Remember where they had all the Christmas trees were lined up in that big open sort of...
Yeah.
Okay. Before we got there was like this really nice little glass...
Angela's or Angela something.
But it looked like a jewelry store. And we walked in, and it was a chocolate. It was a chocolate store, and they had all this chocolate under glass. And
first I was like, oh, and then I went, oh,
yeah, and
not jewelry, but chocolate.
And so we bought some chocolate there, and it was pretty good. But I still thought the stuff we got in Heidelberg, Germany, was a little kind of that little town, the cobblestones and everything.
Yeah,
was the best chocolate.
Tiny.
It was great
From a chocolatier.
Yeah, and the hot chocolate we had at Versailles though was really, really good.
Thank you. Yeah,
I'm not pointing at you like, get out of here.
I know, but I don't like it.
I'm doing.
I know. I'm going to bite it right off.
Holy crap! Look out.
Yep. Let's see.
So anyway, that's my little chocolate tangent.
There you go.
There. Henry says, Aaron, when are the Greybeards going to draw Star Trek villains?
When it's your turn, you can nominate it.
That's right. I could do that, and I should do that.
Yeah.
I like Star Trek villains.
He says, OMG, that's gorgeous.
He's talking, of course, about our friend Clayface back there.
Yes.
He's not talking about me, I don't think.
No, not this face.
Well, I'm not going to comment on your face. I'm just commenting on my face. Is not, not the stuff either.
Yeah.
Don't drip any raisins on the floor.
Yep. Well, especially the dark chocolate and the dog combo is not so good.
No, we don't want to do that ever again, do we?
Nope.
Let's see, we get the fruit chocolate. Okay. Shelley's back and she's doing the slow scroll, and I'm like, scroll
So
fast,
I can
scroll
read
fast.
them. Yeah.
Your taste buds
White
change over time. That is
chocolate's
true.
good too.
Paul would know. He's a biologist. He says your taste buds change over time. And that's true. I don't know. I don't like white chocolate because it's basically vanilla masquerading as chocolate.
Oh, masquerading.
Vanilla is like, that's like breathing oxygen. Okay, yeah, we need to do it, but it's like, I don't taste anything. And it's like, who wants vanilla ice cream? Who wants vanilla?
My goodness.
I mean, even vanilla over a strawberry is,
you're right.
It's like chocolate over strawberry is way better.
Yeah.
Because you're getting multiple flavors. Look at this food snobbery that's going on here. It's just crazy. Paul Taylor says almond bark is a good use of white chocolate. I don't think there is a good use of white chocolate, Paul, but thanks for participating.
You know, I am a big fan of vanilla.
Are you really? How would I not know that?
The smell of vanilla.
Well, okay, the smell of vanilla is different. Because you like buy candles and stuff, and you have the vanilla through the house. That's nice.
So vanilla is different than white chocolate. So if it's flavored, vanilla-ish.
You say it is, but I don't think it is.
Is it really?
But is it? Yeah, is it really? Now, red chocolate. Have we ever had red chocolate? Is that like red velvet cake? Is that what they consider red chocolate?
I don't know. Red dye number 6 chocolate.
Yeah, it could be.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh.
Okay. Paul Taylor says it's odd that dogs can't handle eating chocolate, but people can. I'm not even sure what you're insinuating there.
Well, it's weird. But yet, if he smells this, he goes nuts.
Here's the thing. I'm pointing at them. Is that okay? Here's the thing. Usually, when you're allergic to something, you don't have a taste for it.
Okay.
Right? So if you're allergic to peanut butter, generally as a person, the smell of peanut butter doesn't do anything for you. You know, you're like that. But dogs, for some reason, although they're
not allergic to chocolate.
Yeah, but they're.
Somebody said it was like.
I guess that's true. It's not
causes their heart rate to go really fast and their blood pressure and. Remember, because we just had that expensive weekend with the dog.
Yeah. So I don't know.
There you go.
What's the moral of the story? I have no idea. Why are we even talking about
I have no idea.
Well, it's our show when you show up. Even though she, of course, once again was not available for rehearsal. So sure.
Right.
Okay.
Rehearsal. Oh.
Okay, so we did rights in, but let's well, how are you feeling? Are you getting ready to bail or are you okay for a while?
I'm okay for a little bit. Pain meds are starting to kick in, so
she might be getting
feeling better, but then I'm getting tired. Yeah.
Pretty good right now. Well, let's take a quick look at my comic book collection. And then we'll do Shelley Knows. We'll move Shelley Knows up so that if you have to bail. And then we'll get to the Demeter. And then we'll get to the top 5. And then we'll get to Breakfast Moments. And then there's just so much.
Action.
So much. There's artwork back here too. We haven't even done that.
But books.
Let's take a look at these comics.
Okay.
All right.
Because he keeps saying that needs to be longer, so we
continue it on. What I realize is my camera's not plugged in, so excuse.
Pardon.
Excuse my reach here. I'm a multitasker, Shelley.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm printing up mailing labels. Sometimes I got to switch cameras, and then sometimes I forget to go back. Okay. Let's try this again. There's the old Razor Cairo. All right. We're in the M's. We're in the latter half of the M's. I kind of wish I could show you guys everything, but I can't. So I'm picking out highlights.
Okay.
All right. Now this. So you know the
significance. We're on M?
Yeah. Okay. You know what the significance of this is, don't you?
Nope.
This is Marvel Spotlight 28. It's the first solo story of the Moon Knight.
Okay.
Also known as the Moon Knight. Bugs Bunny would say Moon Knight. So as you can see, it's because you demanded it, a nonstop solo action for the first time. So it basically tells you what it is.
Yeah. That's always nice.
So you got Moon Knight here. This is worth a couple $100, you know. So, you know, it's not going to break the bank, but it's nice. Now, speaking of first appearances, look at this. Marvel Spotlight. Just 4 issues later, you're going to have the first appearance of Spider-Woman. Now, this is before they took off the top of her mask there and let her hair flow freely. They said that'd be a sexier look if her hair was flowing.
Definitely.
So when you get to Spider-Woman #1, her hair is free flowing. But here, as she battles Nick Fury, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
so is there an option where her face is covered again?
Her head, you mean?
Well, yeah.
Or
her hair?
No, I don't think so. I think once the hair came out, it stayed on.
It's done.
Yeah. Now, this is, speaking of first appearances, now we go to Marvel Superheroes #12. This is the first appearance of Captain Marvel. He's all new. Never seen before, Shelley. Right here, 1968. Now, that's significant because in 1968, as you'll remember, in 1968 is when Marvel, their contract with DC. DC was distributing Marvel Comics. And they were limiting them to how many books they could put out a month because obviously they didn't want the competition.
Right.
Well, the contract expired and they were now free to handle their own distribution. And that's in 1968. They exploded with a bunch of new #1s and everybody got their own title. From Silver Surfer to Submariner to Captain
sounds
America.
Familiar.
Yeah.
All these new #1s.
Yeah. So even though this is Marvel Superheroes #12, it's essentially the first appearance, first issue of Captain Marvel.
Cool.
So there you go. When he was still a dude. Now, if we go back or we go forward just a couple issues, 8 issues in the future, we have Marvel Superheroes presents Doctor Doom. And I believe this is Doctor Doom's first solo adventure. Now, he's been in the Fantastic Four and he appeared in Spider-Man and Daredevil, but he never had his own adventure, Shelley.
It's sad.
Until right here.
Cool.
So this book is worth several $100s because there's quite a speculation that he's going to show up in the FF movie or some Netflix series or something.
Clean spine thing.
These are in nice condition.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Moving into the future a little bit more here. This is probably 1974-ish, maybe 73. Marvel 2-in-1 #1. This is kind of the Thing getting his own sort of team-up series because they had Marvel team up with Spider-Man, and they thought, well, let's try out Marvel 2-in-1 with the Thing. And who better to team the thing up with in the first issue than the Man Thing? So you have the Thing versus the
it's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
There you go. Again, in gem mint condition, as we used to say. Now this, not a really valuable comic. This is Micronauts #7, but it has this great Michael Golden cover featuring the Man Thing, who, as we all know, is my favorite for whatever bizarre reason.
Your favorite thing?
My favorite thing is the Man Thing. Now let's move backwards, Shelley, to 1971. And Kirby leaves Marvel, goes to DC, creates a bunch of new characters for the DCU. And here we have Mr. Miracle #1 in gem mint condition.
Wow.
Probably worth about $4.
Nice.
Got this many moons ago, but I love this cover. And you know what Mr. Miracle's real name is? Scott Free. Get it? He's Scott Free.
That's funny.
Okay. Monsters on the Prowl #16. Now this is a problem for me. I'm a big King Cole fan, and this was, though, in King Cole #2, he fights the Serpent Men. But then this Monsters on the Prowl 16 was like a separate follow-up to the Serpent Men story, and it still has John Severin art in it, Marie and John Severin. So I love the art. I keep trying to buy a near mint copy of this, and I keep getting 9.0 copies, which are VF near mint. So I have yet to find one that I'm willing at the price I'm willing to pay. It's not an expensive book, but so I'm still wanting. I got 2 of these in 9.0 because I keep buying them, and they get to me and they're not quite near mint. But anyway, I love. Well,
you're a tough grader too.
Oh, I'm tough.
I'm tough.
And then finally, Ms. Marvel, before they ruined her and she became Captain Marvel. This is when she was Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
Kind of a feminist kind of slant there. Not Miss Marvel, but Ms.
But that wasn't enough.
No. And you know, when I bought this, I was just a wee lad, maybe 12 or 13 years old. I wasn't.
That's pretty racy for you then.
I know. Well, I wasn't.
What'd your mom say?
Well, she didn't say anything because.
You didn't show her.
Well, at this time, I was probably starting to draw women. So
Oh,
you know, it was kind
gotcha.
of like. So she wasn't saying, "What are you buying that stuff for?" Because I was
Right.
drawing it. But
Right.
I didn't get this because you know, it's a hot chick. I was like, you know, I was 12, right? I
Mhm.
got this because it was a first issue, and because John Buscema drew the inside.
Gotcha.
It just happened to be a girl.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so there you go. That takes us through the M's, Shelley, of my wondrous
she
comic
says.
collection.
Yeah.
And next week we'll take a look at some of the N's, not to be confused with the M's.
So nice question from Randy.
Yeah.
Does Aaron collect anything else besides comics?
Shelley, you can probably answer that.
Yep. Movie posters,
movie
toys,
art,
board games, art, old cameras.
old cameras, yeah. Board games, not really, but I have been known to buy a few.
Mm-hmm. What else do you collect?
I don't collect matchboxes.
Books.
I used to collect books.
Toys.
Books.
And yeah. Lately it's been more on the art side because he ran out of bookcase shelving space.
Yeah.
I
got a problem, you guys. I have a serious problem.
but at least you have a whole room for it to like
right.
pretend it's not a problem.
And as I keep telling my kids, as they complain, my son complains about it.
A lot.
You guys got too much junk. You're going to leave and I got to deal with all this when you guys are gone. I'm like, what an estate sale you will have, though.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody will want to come to my estate sale after I'm gone.
Dinosaur toys.
Yeah.
And
I should have an estate sale before I die, so I can kind of watch the glee on everyone's face as they come in here and buy all my stuff.
And then we get the money.
Yes, I like it.
Brilliant.
You're
always thinking.
You are on top of it. Let's see here. That's such a great name, Dan Pleagle, Boob Dan Art. Congratulations to Presti and friends.
I might have to change mine next month. Shelley, boob, showtime.
Brian Suddenly Old says, no hair Spider Woman is weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Yeah, let's see. Had that comic, and the cover is inked by Neil Adams. Whoa, what cover are we talking about, Marcus? I was born through those.
A 2-in-1 man thing.
Marcus will do this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, which comic do I have that's inked by Neil Adams? And I'm unaware of it. That would be, yeah, Paul's correct. I bought it for educational purposes. The Ms. Marvel cover. I don't really collect puppets. I bought a few.
If they're really interesting and like he was impressed with them.
The craftsmanship.
Yeah.
I will buy stuff based on if I think something that would be sculpted or designed. If I think it's clever and looks good, I will get it. And that includes a puppet. I'm not afraid to buy a puppet if it's well done.
And our dog is not afraid to chew on a puppet
either.
So
oh my gosh. So you want to see something horrific?
I'm looking at something horrific.
No.
Right now.
That.
What?
All right.
Oh, yeah.
I get this puppet, right? And somehow it ended up on the floor.
Somehow.
This happened.
So creepy. We're looking at him like.
Dog ate his eyeballs.
Just the eyeballs. Tore them off. He didn't eat them, but he did tear them off. Yeah.
So, look at this.
It's either like,
Blind
Pierre. It's either like, scary, horrific, or the puppet is so annoyed that he's rolled his eyes so hard that they just roll back. Yep.
Yeah, let's see. Aaron, let me know when you are letting go of your reader copies. I might have a few bucks to throw around.
Awesome.
I've got boxes, you guys, of books that Because Marvel and DC, we used to send us like 20, 30
Yeah.
copies of everything we did. I literally have boxes of that stuff. Every time I go to a local show, I'll bring boxes of them and like put them out for $1 just so I can get rid of some of them. But it has to be a local show because
Can't
I'm not
drag
shipping
that
out.
stuff
Yeah,
all over
right.
too. So your dog is weird. Yes.
A Halloween puppet now, Paul says. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, we're going east anytime soon.
No, not that I'm aware of.
Well, we have a lot. I have between 1 and 3 surgeries coming up, and then the new baby. And so, yeah, it's going to take a lot.
Yeah.
Well, not so much as much for you, but it's going to have to take a lot for me to
pack up and head east.
Yeah.
Marcus Kilger says that the Micronauts cover with the Man-Thing cover, that was inked by Neil Adams. I didn't know that. How about that? Michael Golden inked by Neil Adams.
You taught him something.
You did. Thank you,
Well
Marcus.
done.
I rely on you guys to give me.
Hey, Stat.
Pity Moss says you're beautiful, Shelley, and dogs will be dogs. Lost a lot of my stuffed animals. You're beautiful.
You're beautiful. You're precious. This is for you.
This is for
For
you.
you. Sorry, we've been in a Muppet Treasure Island kick for a little bit. But it's so fun because he's just that dad that, you know.
Look at this.
What?
The one time I managed to catch you guys live and out come the creepy puppets. Great.
Great. Right when you put in and that's all you see.
I'm afraid the show's going to get creepier too. So hang in there. Okay. Now, Shelley's fading. Would you say you're fading? Okay. So
yeah.
We're going to flip the show on its ear, not its rear.
I might end up on my
its ear. And we're going to, usually we do Shelley Knows later in the show, but we're going to do it earlier in the show.
Shelley Knows pain medicine.
Because when Shelley starts going like this and then
who knows what's coming out of his face after that.
Okay. So the thing about
Shelley, more chocolate.
In case you didn't know, Shelley is kind of a smarty pants. She's
but for a smart girl, not very bright.
That's true. So. But we're not going to get into that. We're just concerned about your
like when
book
I turned the heat on in my car and complained my AC wasn't working.
Right.
Yeah.
Your book smart. So she's a teacher of physics, mathematics, has a master's degree, and all this yada yada yada. Yeah. I'm so smart.
Yeah, no.
My head's getting large, like an episode of The Outer Limits. So we like to find out, what does she really know?
What?
Now, believe it or not,
Lord help me.
Believe it or not, there was a website that listed the top 10 coolest rodents.
And
so I don't know what criteria.
Shelley will know this.
I don't know what criteria they used.
Oh, how many of you? I want to know how many of you, when you saw that, went, "Oh no, oh Shelley's." Oh,
I told you it was going to get.
Aaron, run!
I told you it was going to get creepier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a picture of the rodent, and then you're going to try and tell me the name of the rodent. It seems pretty simple, right? Right?
Yep.
So we'll see if Shelley knows her rodents.
Physics was my most despised subject in college. Sorry, Shelley.
Now rodents will be. Do not answer until I show the audience. Okay, this is number 10 on the list of top 10 coolest rodents. Okay, there it is. Do we have any clue what that might be, Shelley?
I think that might be a beaver.
You're right. And Shelley, of course, a graduate of Oregon State University, where she played collegiate volleyball and injured herself for life.
Yep, I am the physical specimen I am today.
That's right. So Paul's all over that. He's a biologist. He knows a beaver when he sees
one. Go Beavs.
Guess I should. Am I going to say Asian pleasure sticks now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're one for one. No.
Yeah. Rodent Justin Trudeau. Yep.
Okay. Now this might be a little bit more difficult. You have to think a little bit on this. See, she's having sympathy for rodents now. She's having rodent sympathy. What do you think that is? That's number 9 on the list of coolest rodents. Look, he's just kind of
prairie dog thing. No, those are skinnier.
It's not a prairie dog. No. See, look, he's out sunning himself in the on the rocks, feeling pretty good.
Is
Seems like a
it?
decent dude. Kelsey? No?
No, not
That's
Kelsey.
a good guess.
Wombat?
No, it's
No.
not a wombat.
Is it it's not a porcupine.
Paul Taylor's saying woodchuck.
A woodchuck could. Oh, Groundhog Day.
You know, it's interesting. I don't know because I don't know what the actual. I mean, I know what this is, and it's not a woodchuck unless they're the one and the same thing. And there's different
That's
names.
a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Well, a woodchuck is that like a technical name or is it kind of like a nickname? But we'll find out. So
you're asking me the wrong questions.
Drawing for it says it's a man in a suit. No, that's Bigfoot. We'll get to that later.
Was Demeter good or not, Chris?
We're as soon as
It's a target.
We're doing Demeter right after this. I
Yeah.
need to get Shelley out of the way because she's fading.
I gotta get Shelley out of the way.
We got to get her out of the way before she fades off the show. Squeaky got it. There it
Ooh.
is. It's a marmot.
Good job, Squeaks. I would have never got it.
Squeaky used to wrestle marmots professionally.
Oh, I see.
So she knows that.
Go there. No.
Okay, so that's a marmot at number 9. So
You're never got
it. Okay.
Okay.
Now, how about this little guy? This is number 8 on the coolest rodent list. What do you think that is?
It's a squirrel.
It's sort of a squirrel, but it's not a squirrel.
It's a chipmunk.
Yes, it is. There you go.
Chipmunk.
Genovese, the
Dan.
pizza man, just got back from having dinner for my dad's
happy
birthday. Well,
birthday,
happy birthday to
Dad.
your dad. And he says, no, we didn't eat pizza.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Brian's suddenly old. He knows a chipmunk when he sees it.
Yep.
There it is. Okay, so that's number 7 or
Okay,
8.
I've got 2.
Here's number
out of
7.
3.
Yeah,
Okay.
2 out of 3, not bad. All right, this one's going to be hard because I never even heard of this.
So surely Shelley will get it.
Yeah, this guy, he's
she's
bringing you flowers though. So he's very sweet. I got to
drugs.
look on the list. Oh,
It is.
let me give you a hint.
Okay.
Let me give you a hint. There is a animal character.
Anime.
But listen, it's very famous that you would know the name of that has part of this in the name. We used to do a very high-pitched joke about it when we said the name.
Oh Lord.
Because it was on some of the cards that Josh had when he was
Oh,
a yellow character. Yep, look at Geek Avengers got it. Which is weird that since
I know you're saying Pikachu, but
Pika, it's a Pika.
Ah.
I don't know.
Oh,
So isn't that interesting that Squeaky knows the marmot and Geek Avenger
Are you guys
knows the
studying
Pika?
rodents on the side?
I think they are.
Really?
They're like hunting rodents in the state of Washington.
Wow.
Okay, so that was a Pika, not a Pikachu.
Carry the plague, not even once.
Now this friendly fellow is of course the largest rodent in the world, and that is a if a bear wore a hat, he'd be
dead. Bear was a hat?
Wore a hat.
Oh.
He would be a
If a bear wore a hat, he'd be in the circus.
He would be a capybara.
Oh. Oh, that's what it is.
Waka waka.
A capybara.
A capybara. You knew that though, didn't you? Just couldn't
yeah,
think of
but
the
I
name?
couldn't think of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Must be all the chemicals.
Okay. So that was, I don't know.
Oh, that is so funny. Yeah, the rodent of unusual size.
It is. That's exactly what it is. Little Jimmy Fireball's got a rodent of unusual size. Exactly.
Oh, that is so funny.
Oh, that's not very nice. My ex-girlfriend's mother. What's going on?
Could be.
That's her.
Oh, next
yeah,
pet.
Monsters. Next pet. Let's say capybara.
It's a damn big gerbil.
But that's now see, I thought capybara would have been higher on the list of cool rodents, but only 6, only number 6.
No, he needs to get better friends apparently.
Okay, number 5. These guys run on our fence like all day long and drive our dog nuts. Shelley, what is this guy? Yes.
Squirrel.
Now, I know
What is the
squirrels have
hair?
those little things on their ears, the little hairs, but the ones around here, they don't seem to have that, or I don't really notice that. Do we have the short hair eared
I'll ask them
variety
next
of squirrel? Now,
Did
Shelley,
you get a haircut?
tell them what you used to do, because Shelley had these flower pots that straddled the fence. And
well, okay, so go back a little bit. We had a huge paper patio done, And to level it off, we now can basically, at a couple parts of it, put our elbows and lean on top of the fence.
And look
So
in
it's
our
like, hey,
neighbor's
neighbors.
yard.
So I thought, well, need something in there. So I got, these pots that sat, but, went over the edges. So straddled the fence. And I had about 9 of them up there, and I used to do a ton of flowers. So I'd go out and they're being knocked off. And we're
Into
like,
our neighbor's yard, not
Yeah,
ours. So
yeah.
then I have to go all the way around the block to,
and
anyway,
they love us anyway. No.
not
Anyway,
anymore.
so I figured out that it was the squirrels. They're so strong, knocking them over. So I did everything. I used like heavy duty carpet, double-sided tape to try to keep it down. Tons of stuff. I ended up nailing a couple of them in. That didn't work.
Nothing stopped the marauding horde
So then, of
squirrels.
course, I get on internet, and they don't like the smell of like anything human. So like they say, like, save your hair clippings from getting your hair cut. They don't like that. And then they also don't like spicy. So I took that like sriracha sauce. First, I watered it down. I was going to spray it, and then that wasn't enough. So I just went out there on the fence and just a line of
poured
it.
hot sauce all over our fence, and it worked.
Yep.
It worked until it wore off.
Yeah, we don't have the things up there anymore, but yeah.
Paul Taylor says we have black squirrels in Canada here because we're diverse and inclusive. That's good. I
That's
like
so
to see
good.
that.
Yep, it's their territory out there. But it's funny because after that, I started teaching physics, and the first day, Mark Rober, the video where he did a ninja obstacle course in his backyard for the squirrels, and every station of it or whatever is a topic of physics that we pretty much study. So the first day of school, I always would watch this with the kids. So I have a different appreciation now for how smart they are. But
okay. So they're not like you love, that's a rodent that you're okay with, unless they're knocking the flowers down.
And then you watch those like Alone or whatever, those people, they dump them out in the middle of nowhere, and they provide meals for them through the squirrels.
What do you think this guy is at number
Yucky.
number 4?
It's a mouse.
No.
It's a squirrel. It's a field mouse.
Nope.
It's
it's more friendly than that. You would keep this guy in a cage.
Is it a one of the ones that you wanted? What did you want?
No, I never wanted one of these.
Oh.
This does not look like I thought it would look based on the name. What would you have in your mind for these? This does look like a mouse.
Gerbil?
It is a gerbil. Look at that. I always thought gerbils were a little bit plumpier, like maybe these guys, but maybe you can maybe you can identify this guy right here. Let me bring it up first before you jump in there. See, that's when I think of a gerbil, that's what I think of, but that's not a gerbil. This is
not a hamster. It's a
yeah, it is a hamster.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Tasty dinner. Guinea pig is what I was gonna say.
Oh, actually, no. What is this? Yeah, it's a guinea pig. What am I saying?
That's what I was
actually
thinking.
It might be a hamster too, though. I can't remember. No, it's a guinea pig.
Yeah.
You're right. It's a Guinness pig. So you drink a Guinness.
He's good to party with.
Yeah.
But a little messy because he's a pig.
Yeah, he's the guinea pig.
Okay.
Okay, now this is the rodent of my choice.
Yes.
Love these guys.
And it is.
Hang on now. They have the softest fur. People make coats out of them, which is, I guess, kind of not a friendly
Shelley,
thought,
can we get a? No,
they jump around like kangaroos.
Yeah.
They have big old ears, and they're soft as they're so soft.
So softy.
They melt you. They're so soft.
It's
Brian Suddenly Old's got it.
What is
Squibs has got it.
Oh yeah, chinchilla.
It's a chinchilla. First time I ever saw one of these, I was at film school, and I went to a mall down there, and at the Torrance Mall, which was at the time was the biggest mall in America, just so you know. And they had a pet store there, and they had chinchillas in there. First time I ever saw them. And I held it. It was so soft.
And we said, I'm going to take you home.
Yes, but I didn't. because my practical nature won out. So chinchilla is the second coolest.
They have germs like, oh.
I don't know. I don't think so. I
They
didn't
don't
die
carry
from
like
handling
the
it.
plague or anything.
No, those are rats. Okay. This is the #1 coolest rodent on the planet, according to this website. You already called it.
No.
No, you already called it earlier.
Hamster?
Yep. It's our hamsters, the #1.
Oh.
Cool. I don't think hamsters are the coolest.
No. Cute, but cool has to be something like unique, like the chinchilla.
Chinchilla should be #1.
Yeah.
And the capybara should be #2.
Yeah.
Beaver should be higher than 10. They got the flat tail. They got the buck teeth. They got more. They're way cooler.
Build stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
They get left behind in the Pac-12.
Have to go to the Mountain West.
Yeah.
That's just tragic all the way around. All right, Shelley. Let's do the movie review.
Okay, go for it. I didn't see it.
Okay. Now, I'm not a big vampire movie fan. You know why?
Because they usually suck.
Oh, you just got it. She made a joke and she didn't even know it. Wow. How often do you see a person tell a joke and it goes over their own head? Right here, folks.
Oh.
Right there.
Oh.
Oh man.
I thought the movie sucked because it wasn't good. Oh.
I don't like vampire films because they're never portrayed. He's ruined this entire segment. Because because they're not really monsters. They're just like, that's why I never
Oh my gosh.
Woo.
Oh, I'm sweating.
This is
Oh my
I
gosh.
guess this is for the blooper reel, right? I don't know if I can do this and take it seriously anymore, but okay.
All right,
So the reason that Shelley, why do you think the reason is that I don't like to go watch vampire movies?
Because they scare you.
No.
Oh.
Because they're just a dude in a cape or a suit, right?
Oh.
I like monster movies.
No capes.
No capes. I don't like. I like monster movies.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the only vampire movie that I really, really liked. This is one of your favorites.
Yeah. Oh no! Don't.
Oh, it's so tiny.
Okay. Okay. I'm kind of becoming desensitized to the whole Nosferatu thing.
Is Nosferatu is the only vampire movie I really like because he's kind of like a monster.
Yes.
You look at the long fingernails and the pointy ears and the bulging eyes.
Oh, I'm so close on this one. I got the fingernails.
I got the bulging eyes.
Just the ears aren't doing it quite yet.
Right. So,
oh my gosh.
Let me see. What was I looking for here? Well, this is actually a better way to look at it. Okay.
I'm so out of it that I watched him, and in my head, I was like, what is he looking for? Like, I didn't even clue in, even though like 4 seconds ago, I said, it's going to be, and then I thought, you better not show it. And then by the time you were looking for it, I forgot.
And then I showed
Hello, welcome to Shelley on Pain.
There you go. Leg kick, my favorite Salem's Lot. Right, because they had, again, this sort of Nosferatu-looking vampire where he felt like he was more like a monster. This movie, The Last Voyage of the Demeter, Dracula is a monster. In fact, the girl that's in the movie, I won't, spoilers in case you haven't seen it, I won't tell you too much about her, what her role is in this movie, but they find her as what they believe to be a stowaway, which is not exactly the truth. But anyway, she refers to him as a monster who takes human form when he needs to. And I thought, that's never kind of looked at Dracula that way. So this is what he looked like in the movie.
Ew.
So this is
Was that the guy who played it?
No. He's the star of the movie. This dude here.
He's good looking.
Yeah, he was good. And this is the girl that was the stowaway or whatever. But this is sort of Dracula. And this is how you see him throughout the entire movie, is like this. So
but those teeth aren't right, because it's just supposed to leave 2 puncture marks.
Well, you know what they did in this movie? He just like ripped people open and drank their blood.
Well, that's probably more efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from that aspect, I liked this movie, that it felt like a monster movie, right? It was a horror film, but it was a monster horror film, and that's the kind of stuff I gravitate to. I thought the makeup was excellent. This guy, I can't remember his name, but he was the lead. He's like the doctor that's on the ship, and he tries to get on the ship because he wants passage to England. They're in Romania, and they don't let him on because they don't think, well, he doesn't have any ship experience. You know, we need people that'll help, not passengers, basically, is the line they use. Well, when one of the guys they hired sees one of the boxes that Dracula rents out, doesn't rent out the ship, but he pays quite a bit of money to have all of his stuff shipped to England. But they don't know that it's Dracula, or they just have all these boxes, but they have the seal on them with this dragon on the seal. And the one guy sees it and recognizes what it is.
Spoiler alert? No.
Well, I haven't said anything.
Oh, okay.
And so he like gets off the ship at the very beginning and says, I'm out of here. I'm not dealing with this. But he doesn't say any reason why.
Gotcha.
So then this guy happens to be handy. He saves the captain's son from this falling crate. And so they're like, you're on, unfortunately for him. So that's how he ends up on the ship.
Did he die?
I'm not going to say anything. Okay, so as we move along throughout the course of the movie, when you first see the vampire, okay, he's kind of emaciated. He's hungry.
Oh.
And so he's like actually, he's crawling around. It's like he's really weak, but still stronger than everybody else. So until he gets a couple kills under his belt,
he's to replenish.
So so he becomes more formidable as the movie goes along.
Gotcha.
Right? And this poor guy gets his throat ripped out. Spoiler. Paul Taylor, of course, wants to know, did I have a stake in this movie? Shelley got that one.
Well, because I didn't say it yet.
Shane, that's not Shane Davis. And I will say, I saw some criticism of this film where they were saying, some of the critics were saying, well, they show the vampire too much. And that you get glimpses of him, but you don't get a really great shot of him until the end. We see more of him, right? So I don't agree with that. He was always in shadow, you know, so you get glimpses of him, and he was really scary looking, but you didn't get too much of him.
The music was probably pretty creepy too.
I thought the production value, the acting, everything about this film was really good. I will tell you the problem I had with it in a minute. But here we go. This is what he sort of evolved into. And this is how you see him throughout most of the movie. He's never just like a guy who changes into a Batman. He is a Batman, not the Batman, but a Batman throughout this whole thing. Or he becomes this. So then he starts, as he gets stronger, he starts flying around and becomes more formidable. And basically, they're on the ship for 4 weeks. They don't know the cargo they have. A couple people turn up dead. The animals get ripped to pieces. Something's going on.
What could it be?
Well, why would you automatically think that there's some supernatural being on your ship killing everybody? You try to look for a practical answer, and I was okay with that. But then the girl that was the stowaway, she kind of tells them, hey, this is Dracula. This is who this dude is. And they're kind of the doctor, who's more of a scientist, not someone who's going to go for the supernaturals. Like, all right, we know that there's something crazy going on here, but I don't believe your story. I think there's some crazy guy on here or something. But now they know, and here's the problem, Shelley.
Okay, bring it.
Now they know they're dealing with something that's killing them, some being, whether natural or supernatural. And the movie essentially goes scene to scene, goes from night to night to night to night, right? What the heck are these guys doing during the day?
Oh, sleeping.
They got this girl who has knowledge of Dracula. So she knows he's sleeping during the day.
They decide,
why are they
that's
not?
just not fair.
Yeah, why
He's
are they
sleeping.
not?
It's not a fair fight. Yeah.
Exactly. Why are they not scouring the ship? And why have they not figured out that all these wooden crates that some mysterious guy hired them is where this guy is? They don't figure this out till there's about 4 guys left. So then they finally really searched the ship. I mean, they searched it before, but they didn't open anything. They just looked around and couldn't find anything. So they find out, with 4 people left, they find out where Dracula's sleeping. They find basically, he doesn't have a coffin, but he's in one of these crates, and it has his soil from his homeland, right, that he has to sleep in every night. The girl knows this. Why aren't they staking out this crate, waiting for him to come back? Get it?
Yeah.
Why are they not waiting for him to come back and then killing him? Or why aren't they just taking these crates and trying to throw them overboard? Okay.
Yeah.
That's the problem I had with the movie. So if you kind of like overlook all of that and just go with the surface value of the film, it's a good thriller. It's a good horror film. I enjoyed it, but it did bug me. They're like, they didn't even make an effort during the day when they could have to do something about this. So that's my biggest problem with it. And there it is. Throw the crates overboard. Now, they could have worked around this in the script. They could have had, I mean, first of all, you could have left the girl, didn't even need to be in the movie. And that would have solved that problem because she had knowledge of Dracula. These guys didn't.
Right.
But they put her in there and she was fine. I'm not saying, she worked fine. She was great. But that could have avoided that problem. But they could have set it up somehow so they couldn't get these crates. Like maybe the winch that they used to lift the things broke or something. So there's no way to get these heavy crates off the ship anyway, right? That would have been a help. And then don't have them find where he sleeps. Or maybe they can't access it, so they don't know how to get into it. Because there was like these secret locks on it that they figured out. Okay, they've opened the coffin essentially. He's not there. Let's just wait right here until he comes out. Kill him. Everybody hide. So that was the problem I had with it, that sort of gap in logic. But the makeup was great. It was very intense, as you can imagine, because these guys were getting picked off one by one at night in the ship that they can't get off of. They're in the middle of the ocean. Yep. Now people are asking, and then finally, here we go. This is the thing I used in the, this is what I used as our promo picture. But here's the doctor down here. This is kind of the final face-off here on the ship. And it should be no surprise that no one survives, maybe. But most people don't survive off this ship. That's kind of the whole shtick. It shows up in England, derelict. So this is kind of the showdown. And you can see how he's changed. He's much fuller looking and he's all batted up. And so it's a great final showdown here. And it turns into kind of a little bit of a thriller action, as they're trying to kill each other. As it's not as much a horror film. I mean, if he wasn't a monster, if he was the Terminator, it would have been a thriller.
Gotcha.
And not a horror film. Yeah. But now people are asking about the ending. Now, how do I talk about the ending without throwing spoilers out there? But I will say this. This movie is bombing horrifically at the box office. It made like $7 million on its opening weekend. $7 million. You could have not even released the movie and made more than that. I mean, that's ridiculous. So no one is watching this movie for whatever reason. It's getting average reviews, but it's not getting horrible reviews. And so anyway, if you want to see it, you probably better see it. It's probably already gone, quite frankly, in theaters. But the ending is open-ended to a degree because it looks like they're obviously setting up for a sequel.
That he's now loose in England.
Right.
Okay.
And maybe someone on board the ship is hunting him down. I'm not saying.
Some hot-looking dude that
who might be a doctor, who we might think might be a Van Helsing type character. I bet he becomes
big. He's super handsome and yeah.
So so I didn't mind the ending. A lot of people that probably aren't familiar with the Dracula mythos and didn't really understand that this is like a small chapter in the book where Dracula gets shipped from Romania or Transylvania or whatever to England. And when the ship shows up in England, everybody's gone off the ship. Everybody's dead or gone off the ship. Right. I mean, that's,
yeah, somebody asked if you read the book.
I haven't. I just looked at the pictures. And
There were too many words.
I read the Classics Illustrated by
Yeah.
was a comic book.
Yeah.
So I predicted this as the ending of the movie, and that's exactly how it ended. So it didn't surprise me at all, and so it didn't bother me at all. But there's no way there's going to be a sequel because this movie is bombing horrifically.
Too bad. Too bad.
So anyway, I liked it, and I think it's enjoyable. You know what it is going in. There is, I gotta say, when you have problems like that in the script, which really ticks me off, is that could have been easily solved. They just gave you a couple of ways they could have solved this problem. And my friend and I, who went and saw it, we walked out saying the same thing. If they'd just given us the screenplay for 30 minutes, we could have fixed this movie.
Yeah.
And so it's mind blowing to me how it did not get fixed. That someone did not go, wait a minute, what are these guys doing for 4 weeks in the middle of the day? Well, they're getting picked off at night.
Right.
You know, and I know it's not scary to show stuff during the day, but we should have had at least a scene or two of them trying to do something about this thing before it got out at night again. And that we just didn't see that. So
awesome.
So there you go. So yeah, so I guess I did throw out a few spoilers in there,
A little bit.
whatever.
But I mean, if it's worth a see, and especially if you go during like matinee, cheap time or whatever.
Let me put it this
better.
way: the ending is not the movie. Okay.
Right.
That does not matter. It's the movie is the time that the crew is trying to survive with Dracula on board their ship and getting to England. That's the movie. So, you know, and they started the movie by showing this ship. They discover the ship derelict crashed into the coastline.
Oh.
And I'm like, do we need to see the ending before we even start the movie? Because either you already know the Dracula story and you know that no one made it back, or if you don't know, why ruin it for the people that don't know?
Wonder, Randy's a good question. If it done better in October,
probably. And I think they probably planned it for a summer release. They looked at it and said, this movie can't compete against bigger movies in June, so we're going to move it to August.
Barbie's going to kick our butt.
And August is where you release movies before they go to die.
Oh, that's so sad.
It is. Guardians of the Galaxy is the only movie that got released in August that was like a major hit. Most of the time, an August release is like a no-no. If you don't if you're not by the first 2 weeks of July, you're in the trash heap. Unless they release it at Christmas time. Or like you said, you could release it around Halloween in October when you've got, you know, everybody's sort of, they don't have other things to do. And they think, oh, a monster movie for Halloween, we'll go.
Right.
So I think they hurt themselves in that regard because it's not a bad movie. It's a solid movie. And what they do show on screen is really well done. It's just had some gaps in logic. Oh, I hope he said something nice.
Nice.
I hope he said something nice.
Well, wouldn't have pointed it out, probably.
Yeah. He said, oh, hey, Aaron, he said you were a dick. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll go tune in right now.
And that's the show.
Yeah. Well, I'll go check that out later.
Yeah.
So anyway, I recommend it if you enjoy monster movies. If you're a horror fan, like a really horror fan, you really want to be scared, probably not your movie. But it is. I was on the edge of my seat on a couple of scenes, and it was. I like the atmosphere. I like the acting. I thought was really, really good. Just solve those logic problems for me. So I'm going to give it not kind of right there. I'm not going all the thumbs up.
Yeah,
I'm going to go about right there.
The vampires in Wraith 2 or
a
little bit better.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you something about Wraith 2. Can I?
Absolutely.
Wraith 2, of course, is my current campaign, and whether you like it or not, you'll find no gaps in logic.
No gappage.
It makes sense. So there's no like, why did they do this during the day? So
Yep.
Anyway, I'll just, my 2 cents worth. And speaking of which, Shelley, let's, why don't we do a little with the campaign real quick?
Okay.
I say this all the time, and I do mean it, because I feel uncomfortable like pushing my own stuff. It's like,
yeah,
you don't do a show like this to be an infomercial, but at the same time, you sort of have to make people aware of it in case they're not. So please bear with me here as we look at this wonderful campaign. I did put up a few new things here for you guys to look at. You'll find the description. Well, let me try that again. You'll find the link to this campaign in the description of this video if you'd like to go there and access this. If you haven't backed yet and you want to check it out, please do. But this is a sequel to the very successful Wraith of God graphic novel. And in basic, it's the Wraith and Esther return to battle Count Korvac, a vampire looking to take over a growing Tennessee town with the help of his blood-sucking brides in 1883.
I love that, blood-sucking brides.
They are.
Yep.
Our two heroes continue to find their relationship important as their faith is tested by the dark evil of the power of the hungry vampire.
Dun,
So there you go.
Thanks for posting that link, Marcus.
Thank you very much. Now, what do you guys get for free? That's what they really want.
Right, right.
You get this Kit Carter card colored by a top colorist in the industry. In fact, in my opinion, the very best colorist working in the industry today. And his name will be on the card. I took it off for this to protect him from any potential BS before the campaign comes out. But you guys will, he gets credit on the card, so you'll know who it is when you get the card. We get a Dan Lawless card of the Wraith. Garbage Man card, now colored by moi. So, and then look at that. That's the big one right there.
Oh, that's new.
The Esther Queen of Hearts playing card, which goes along with the Ace of Spades card that we did on the last campaign.
I see what you did there.
See, so this will be the back. The card will be the same, like they're from the same deck. This will be the back of the card. When you flip it over, it'll be instead of an ace, you'll have a Queen of Hearts. So you have the Ace and the Queen of Hearts. And this is all free, comes with any order. Swag on the campaign trail. Of course, Adam Miller, who won our art contest, he'll be featured as a pinup in the book. You have 4 cover options: the Bisley cover, the Aaron Lopresti wraparound cover, or the Aaron Lopresti Tales of Suspense tribute cover, or the Aaron Lopresti Tomb of Dracula #1 tribute cover.
Nice.
Esther looks like she's in a world of hurt right here.
Yeah.
And so does the Wraith, actually. We've got 3 pages of color here that Gabe LTA did and then quit. And then
Failed.
Ami Remalente Jr. finished the book, which was 50. He did the majority of the book, obviously. Dan Lawless, of course, colored the Garbage Man story, which is quite fun. I really enjoyed it. I proofed it all, got the lettering back and everything, and kind of read through it. And I like it a lot. It's very Wrightson-y, which huge surprise. But and then this actually, the nightclub story, which of course I wrote, penciled, and a really big name inker inked it, who will be revealed in the book, because I'm protecting him as well. Even though he didn't even ask to be protected, I'm still doing it. And this story reads pretty well. Went through, just got the lettering back on the proofs on this. Actually, it hasn't been proofread yet, but we'll get that out to Christina here shortly. But anyway, this is colored by Kelsey Shannon. And it has a really nice kind of old feel comic book story to it, superhero story to it. So I think you guys really dig this as well. And then, of course, there's some more colors by Kelsey. And then, of course, the 4th backup story is the Kit Carters. You get 15 episodes of Kit Carter. An episode constitutes a single page, like it was a newspaper strip. Now, when we do the Kit Carter graphic novel, it will be a linear storytelling like a normal comic book would be. But these were originally designed to be like online newspaper strips. And so the first 15 are going to be in this format. And that's what you'll get in this book. So you're getting 98 pages of story. This book will be 100 and I think 106 or 108 pages when everything is factored in.
Wow.
Because you get a letters page, you get the bulletin page, the Adam Miller pinup. You get each story has its own title page as an introduction to the stories. So it'll be a nice package. You can get the Garbage Man color print, mini print. This is a match to the Wraith of God print that came out with the Wraith of God graphic novel. And in the Kit Carter campaign, which will be, my sign up will be coming up soon for that, there'll be a Kit Carter print. So you keep getting these collection of prints that will go along with the cards that you're getting for free. Wraith of God Roughs Volume 2. This behind the scenes look at laying out pages and stuff that I did for the comic book. So that you can add on. And there'll be also be in the Kit Carter graphic novel, there'll be a Kit Carter sketchbook with all my Kit Carter art over the years that maybe hadn't been published. So that'll be kind of cool.
Cool stuff coming out. I like
Phil
it.
Diaz trading card. If you signed up early, if you didn't, you can still get it for an initial $5 as an add-on. If you signed up early, did the email list, you get it for free. That's actually Merv the Astro Chimp.
We are so close to this next stretch goal too.
There's still, that's right. We'll get to that in a second. Okay. Garbage Man trade paperbacks are still available. Power Cube, they're not. I'm seeing if I can get another box, but I don't know. Garbage Man, I have more of those though. And the shot glasses and the hats, and of course, and the original art I put up already sold. Oh, this is the original art to the value stamp that will be on the bulletin page inside the book. So it's Wraith of God value stamp. So anyway, those are all the things that are part of this. Close your eyes as I scroll rapidly through this.
Yeah.
When we get to 150, our last stretch goal of a bookmark, and I'll show the art in just a minute of what that looks like. You get that for free as well. So a bunch of free stuff with your order. I think it's a great value at over 100 pages and all this free stuff that comes with it.
And we'll say that I'm never letting him do another book this long. Yeah.
We're going to try and keep these out so I can turn these around every 6 months and hopefully do 2 titles a year as opposed to just 1 book a year. Yeah. So we're going to get down to that.
Oh my goodness.
64 pages is going to be pretty much in that neighborhood where we're going to stick with. So, Shelley.
Aaron.
That's where we're at on that. So let's go to our next feature, if we will.
Well, let's see too. Yeah, we're super close on that next stretch goal. So let's get that thing going.
I'm going to show the art for it.
Oh,
that's
right now.
Right now.
Oh, cool.
Because I'm going into my flat files, but these actually are so everything I'm going to show you is so new. I've never made it into the flat files yet. You notice the handle is missing off that one flat file in that picture?
Yep.
I need to fix that. Okay, so we're going back to the old Razor Kaio, if I may. And don't be fooled by Ms. Marvel.
No, don't be distracted by her belly button.
Or the puppet with no eyes.
Oh, scary, Larry.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's flip this over and see what we got, Shelley.
Okay.
Shelley.
We shall.
Shelley?
Yes.
Shelley is what I tried to say. All right, so there's a lot of things going on in the studio right now. And one of them is I've got to, actually I want to bring one at a time, so I'll do this.
Okay.
I have a cover for the Kit Carter graphic novel, which is the next project, right? Would you flip on the chat? By a guest artist who will announce when the time is right. I'll show the art. But I want to do a cover that's very, very different than what he did. So we don't have 2. Because one of them is going to be a hardcover, limited edition, signed and numbered book. That'll be my version. And then the guest artist who did the cover, the guest cover, will be the paperback edition that everybody can get as well. So I was thinking of different cover ideas. The name of the story is Planet Doom. And I was kind of thinking of maybe doing like an old style 50s movie poster, maybe, right? So you have Kit Carter, Galactic Ranger in Planet Doom as a possibility. I was working on this, which this is our alien villain. Is this kind of tyrant overlord guy. And so I was kind of messing with this, kind of playing with the Raquel Welch pose from 1 million BC. It's not exactly the same, but it's kind of playing with that sort of an idea. But I'm not 100% sold on either one of these at this point. So I might do an action cover where she's actually fighting this guy or something like that to make it a little bit more different than what the other cover is. But we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, so I'm working on the Kit Carter in the background. Now, this is the original artwork to the playing card that we showed earlier from the campaign, right? So obviously I just did the top half of her and then flipped it. Right. So it'd be exactly the same. So this is a nice drawing. This has already been sold, but that's the original there. Which I really liked how that came out. It came out nice. So that's our own Esther as a Queen of Hearts. So there you go. Here is the black and white artwork for the value stamp. Now, some people, Shelley, may be saying, what are you talking about? Value stamp? What are you even saying? What does that even mean?
What does that mean?
Let me show you. This, of course, is the limited edition. There's only 300 of these. Black and white cover variant to the second printing of the first issue. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I don't know that I want to, in case you haven't read the book, I don't want to reveal the ending of the story. But we have this this page right here, which is called the bulletin page. And as you can see, there's a little value stamp right there. The Empire Comics value stamp. Clip them and collect them, Shelley.
Mm-hmm. Paul Taylor's got it. Yep.
So that's Series A, excuse me, and this is Eon Chance.
Yep.
And he shows up in our stories, in our backup stories. So he's an integral part of the Lopresti-verse going forward.
Pity Ma, I can't afford to watch this show. That's hysterical.
So anyway, you'll get another one of these bulletin pages, which gives you kind of a mock rundown of,
showing it.
Yeah, mock rundown of some of the different titles that would be coming from Empire Comics, hopefully before I die. And like Stan's soapbox in the 70s Marvel books, this is Aaron's articulations. And so anyway, you get one of these. We're also going to have a letters page in the new book, which we didn't have in this one. But that's what the value stamp is. And so this artwork here will be the value stamp in the new book. So that'll be stamp number 2. And so you'll want to get 2 copies so you can cut out one and save the other. All right, and that's been sold. Now, here, you guys, this is cool. This is the black and white artwork for the bookmark.
Nice.
All you have to do is get to 150,000. We're at 148, 400 and something. So we're less than $1,700 away from the 150K mark, which will give everybody this bookmark, which I would then have to color.
Yeah.
But it's a cool piece. I'm kind of digging it.
Yeah, I like it.
So anyway, so there's Esther with her gun. And the Wraith looking all creepy behind her.
Yep.
So anyway, that's all the campaign art I have. There's a couple things I did want to show, though. This, in case you're wondering, this is Phantom Lady. This is my Phantom Lady cover for next year's comic book price guide. I've shown this before on the stream. I've shown the color version, the finished version, but I haven't shown the black and white. This is the original art for it. And this will be, they now do a big book, Shelley, where the type is bigger for us old people.
So we can see it?
Yeah, and that's what this is going to be on. So that's why you have this kind of wide format here, because it says big book down the side right here.
Gotcha.
So that's the price guide for next year, or one of the covers for that'll be the cover for the big book version for all of us old people that need the large type. So that's Phantom Lady from the Golden Age with her heaving bosom.
Yep.
And let me give a shout out to JC Vaughn. You'll find his campaign Al Capone Vampire on Indiegogo right now, so you want to check that out. This is the cover I did for him. I believe this is the comic shop cover, not the campaign cover.
Gotcha.
Because after he does the campaign, then they'll go in comic shops. So this is the cover I did, but then you've got another Saucy babe there with her
Saucy
20s
babbage.
haircut going, no, Al,
Yeah.
don't bite me. And
Gotcha.
this is the black and white version. Of course, I've shown the color version here as well, but I've not shown the original artwork. So this was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Al Capone vampire, Shelley.
Yep.
Not as scary as the last Demeter vampire.
No.
But still, you know, you don't want to mess with Al Capone.
No.
So anyway,
Okay.
folks, that is what's in my flat files and all the artwork that I am working on right now.
Nice. Very good. So there was a question about getting a Garbage Man shirt. Anything that isn't still on a live campaign, they can just
Contact
email
me
you?
directly at Aaron at
Yeah.
aaronlopresti.com, or you can message me through any of the social media, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, and
Or
ask
even
about.
me.
Yeah, or you can get a hold of Shelley. I can't guarantee the sizes right now because
Yeah.
we do have several shirts left, but we don't have all the sizes.
Yeah.
So I do have a lot of like 2 and 3X's left, and some XLs, I think. I don't know the Garbage Man shirts. I'm not sure what I've got left. I've got Keown Werewolf shirts, and I've got Wraith of God shirts left as well. But again, it's going to depend on what size you need. So check with me, and if I got one, I'll hook you up.
Okay. All right, peeps. So glad I got to hang out with you a little bit.
Oh wait, before you go,
Okay.
let's do Precious Moments.
Oh, okay. It's my favorite.
That's what she always says. But is
Yeah.
it really her
Sometimes
favorite?
it is. Depends.
I gotta find. Oh, there we go. Okay, you'll like this one.
Okay.
This is our Precious Moments. We take a clip from my past that I like from a TV show or a movie or something, and we run it,
And it's precious.
and it's precious. So here we go. Here's our Precious Moments for this week.
Let me out. Let me out of here. Get me the hell out of here. What's the matter with you people? I was joking. Don't you know a joke when you hear one?
That continues to go on. He's like going, "I'll kick your rotten heads in here, Olivia." And he's like, "Mommy!" And he's pounding on the door.
Our favorite movie, one of them anyway.
Yep. So there you go. That's Gene Wilder, of course, our special
Ladies and
guest star for
gentlemen.
you,
Yes.
from
Oh,
Frankenstein.
Yeah. See, I am
19
such a quick one.
74 classic.
I'm a quick one. All right, guys. Thank you. I'm glad I was able to at least suck it up for a little bit.
That's right. We can never get enough Shelley, but we'll take what Shelley we can get.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Thanks
Okay.
for
Thanks.
making the effort to join us, even though she's feeling under the weather. She's here for you guys.
All right, thanks, son.
But that doesn't mean the show's over
No.
because we've still got this. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's see what you guys are saying here. Hey, Brian Suddenly says the Knockers bit is my favorite. Of course it is. And let's see here. Everybody's giving their farewells to Shelley. Jake Blues says those J.C. Vaughn vampire books are great. There you go. There's a plug. J.C. Vaughn, of course, now the president of Gemstone Publishing. This is basically Diamond distribution. And they also, well, it's not Diamond. I mean, that's a separate thing, but it's all owned by Steve Jeppy, and now JC is the president of their publishing division, which of course does the price guides and all the companions that go with those. Some great books. So check that out if you can. It's over again on Indiegogo. He's not shadow banned, so you can find it just by typing in Al Capone Vampire or JC Vaughn, and it'll come up. Paul Taylor for $10. Thank you so much. That's Canadian. We appreciate it very much. Good show. Feel better, Shelley. She heard you. She said thank you. So appreciate that very much. Okay, roll in Z. Hey. Yeah, we could quote Young Frankenstein all day long, and I often do, much to the chagrin of my family. Okay, so where are we at? What do I have left here that we haven't? We still have cryptids coming up here. I don't want you guys to think that I'm forgetting that. I just want to make sure that I didn't forget anything else here. Oh, how could I forget this? Are you kidding me? I've seen this week, no, this past week, not this week, but the past week, I saw 3 movies. I went and saw House of Frankenstein, which you guys, as I complained about that all last show. Then I went and saw, there was an anniversary showing of Coraline, excuse me, the stop motion animation from Leica Studios here in the Portland area. My daughter loves that movie. She said, "You got to go see it with me." I said, "All right." So by her saying, "You got to go see it with me," means, "Dad, can you take me so I don't have to pay?" And so I took her to see the movie. We sat through it and watched it. And it's written and directed by Henry Selnick, who wrote and directed, well, at least directed Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm pretty sure Tim Burton wrote that, or maybe they worked on it together. And then James and the Giant Peach. So I knew this movie was going to be weird. Okay, I had no idea how weird it actually was. So I didn't love it. I appreciate the stop motion animation. In fact, I love stop motion animation, and it's like the artistry involved in doing it and how difficult it is to do that stuff. So it was a great looking film in that regard, and it was interesting, and it was entertaining on a very weird level, I guess. But it was like a children's horror film, and it was really weird. And I was okay with it. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I thought it was fine. So, and then of course, we saw the Last Voyage of the Demeter. So those were 3 films I saw this past week, and so I thought, what better than to do my top 5 movie candies or snacks when I go to a movie? But let's do this first. Leg kick for $2. Help! Help! I'm being repressed. Of course, that wasn't in Young Frankenstein. I'm pretty sure that was in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, as I recall.
Help! Help! I'm being repressed!
Yep, there it is. There's proof in the pudding. Thank you for the $2, though. Danky Frankie says Tim Burton is a weirdo. I would agree. In fact, I'm not a Tim Burton fan at all. I'm getting off topic here, but I'm not a Tim Burton fan at all. I loved what was the movie that Johnny Depp was in? The Ed Wood. I love that movie. That's the only Tim Burton movie I really, really like. Well, Pee-wee's Big Adventures, it's kind of fun. I don't think Beetlejuice is a great movie. I think Michael Keaton is great in it, but I don't think as a movie it's that great. Edward Scissorhands never did anything for me. I know that's like everybody thinks that's genius, and maybe it is. Maybe I should go look at it again. But in Mars Attacks, the only one I really, really liked was Ed Wood. I thought that was great filmmaking on every level, and Johnny Depp's performance was great in that. But, that's just me. I'm not a big Burton fan, but I know there's a lot of people out there who are, so who am I to criticize someone way more successful than me? Anyway, he is an original voice. I like Tim Burton on all this stuff, but I like his style. It's true. He does bring something new and different to films, and it's like that either resonates with you or it doesn't. So, but anyway, so my top 5 movie candies. Now I'm going to do a honorable mention if I can, because the reason this isn't on my list is because I don't think you can get these everywhere you go. But I was at a Regal theater, and one of the big ones, multiplexes, and they had a little ice box thing where they had ice cream treats in there, and they had these Snickers ice cream bars, which are freaking awesome. But it's a dangerous thing to get for a movie, because if it starts to melt and it drips on you, and then you got melted chocolate and ice cream on your clothes, and you got to sit there for 2 hours through a movie just with crap all over you. So it's not something I usually get, but I do love them. So I wanted to throw that out there just as, an honorable mention. But now let's take a look at stuff that you can get at any theater at any time when you go to see a movie. Ken Jackman says, Aaron, you take a lot of movies that are not meant to be taken seriously way too seriously. I take the making of the movie seriously, because even if you're doing a garbage movie on a low budget, for example, there's still logic and reason and craftsmanship involved in it. And so I can't separate that from it, but I get what you're saying. Citizen Ronan says his Planet of the Apes was not good, but the makeup was great. Rick Baker, whew, it's like the haunted house movie with Eddie Murphy. Rick Baker did the zombie makeup in that movie, and it's great. So I go to see movies just for that. If I know the movie's not great or whatever, I don't care. If there's great makeup effects, I will go and watch it. Christina Lynn says, I used to get a Snickers ice cream bar every Friday at high school. Yeah, that would have been like 3 years ago for Christina. So very young. Fox Mulder for $10. Thank you, Fox. I appreciate that. Would the original art for the bookmark go up for sale before you reach 150K on the campaign? That way it contributes towards crossing the finish line. And yes, Ed Wood is Burton's best film. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. No, it wouldn't, because I get what you're saying, but it's like, I don't want to sell the artwork and then have not reached the goal. Even though I'm quite sure we'll hit 150. And then like be selling artwork for something that I didn't end up doing. But I get what you're saying. Eventually I will sell the artwork, but it may be on the next campaign, but it probably won't be on this one. But thank you for the suggestion. I get it. Paul Taylor says, you could say that about any movie snack. Even popcorn will be messy if you get butter all over yourself. That's true, but at least it's, well, okay, you got a good point. But ice cream tends to be something that gets almost to my mouth and ends up on my shirt. So it's a personal thing with me. I'm a little, okay, she's saying it was 10 years ago. So she's not even 30. You're not even 30 yet, Christina. Come on, man. You're young. Enjoy your youth. I dream about mine daily. Kevin Thomas, are we at Bigfoot yet? Is Aaron still talking about movies? I just cannot stand this level of disrespect on my own show. So, hang on. Just slow down. We haven't got to number 5 yet. You guys are raking me over the coals. We haven't even started yet. Okay, so number 5. I usually don't get this stuff because it's so freaking expensive now, but I do get it if I'm in the right mood. And popcorn. It's number 5 on my list. It's not huge on my list for a lot of the reasons that Paul Taylor just mentioned. You get that butter stuff, and it's clearly not butter, but whatever it is they put on there that oils it up, that can get pretty messy on your hands. You got to make sure you load up on the napkins. But yeah, it's kind of a greasy mess. But occasionally I will do popcorn. Usually what I like to do is allow someone else to spend the $20 to get a bag of popcorn, and then I'll reach my hand in and grab a few and call it good. But that's number 5 for me. So occasionally I'll do popcorn, but generally I'll let someone else buy it and then I'll steal from them, which I think is a good way to do it. You know what? That's not bad. Do a segment on Bigfoot movies. Ooh, I like that. Okay. I just woke up and Shelley left. Oh my gosh. What's that old George Burns song? I Wish I Was 18 Again. They made a movie. When I was reading scripts at TriStar Pictures, they had a movie. Was it called 18 Again? Where George Burns, and it was who's the guy from Grey's Anatomy when he was younger? Like switch, one of those switch body movies. So the old guy's in the young guy's body, and that kind of thing. Can't remember that, but that was coming out about the time I was reading scripts at TriStar. Anyway, enough of that. So popcorn's my number 5. Number 4. I'm a candy guy because I don't really go to the store and buy candy, but if I'm in a movie theater, that's my chance to get candy. I'm going with peanut M&Ms. I don't go, the regular M&Ms are fine, but the peanut M&Ms are more like a meal, right? And I feel like, yeah, I'm getting some protein to go with my sugar. You feel a little bit better about yourself. I don't know. I do. And so the peanuts are just a heartier snack. But again, these aren't my normal go-to, but I will, again, if you're sitting there going, oh, I got sweet tarts or M&Ms, I'm going to go with the M&Ms. So obviously sweet tarts is not in my top 5, but just saying, if you have limited choices, right? But you got the peanut M&Ms, I'll go peanut M&Ms. Number 3. Now, these always intrigue me. I rarely get them, but I do like them. My daughter usually gets these, and then I can steal from her. These cookie dough bites are really, really good. But the thing about them is they feel like you're eating cookie dough and chocolate. And it's like, why don't I just like take a bag of sugar and go like this? But they are good. So they made it to my top 3. Again, this would be like if my number 1 and number 2 weren't available, I would go here, but I wouldn't get them unless my number 1 or 2 was unavailable. These also make you want to drink a lot of liquid, and you don't want to be doing that at the start of a 2.5 hour movie. So yeah, there's something to be said for that. Jerry Rasco says, snow capture were always my favorite. Hard to find at the movies anymore. I did see those at the Regal. They did have snow caps, but I don't think I might have had them once. There's a lot of love for peanut M&Ms in the chat. Okay. Christina Lynn says, peanut M&Ms are my family's go-to road trip snack. Yeah. Red Wizard saying Junior Mints are number 1. Are they? Let's find out. Number 2. Come on. All right. Work with me. There it is. Junior Mints. They're my number 2. They're your number 1. They're my number 2. What did Kramer say on Seinfeld? They're cool. They're refreshing. They're delicious. And all those things are true. These also make you want to drink water badly. But I love that minty freshness that's in your breath. It's almost like you used mouthwash after you ate candy. And how could you not feel good about that? So I will go Junior Mints quite often. I'm not afraid to buy a box of Junior Mints. I do like those. So, and that kind of peppermint freshness. Couldn't ask for a better aftertaste, right? Yeah. Okay. So now, my number 1 candy. You've probably already guessed, but this is always my go-to. Is Raisinets. And I will tell you that when I watched The Last Voyage of the Demeter, I was eating Raisinets. When I watched Coraline, I had a box of Raisinets. When I watched The House of Frankenstein at midnight, I bought a box of Raisinets. Now, 3 boxes of Raisinets in like a 7-day period, it's a lot. And you can see I just had dark chocolate raisins for our snack. But let's break this down if I can real quickly. You've got fruit in there. And when you eat with the dark chocolate, which is supposedly healthy, I mean, it's like eating all natural food, right? So now the milk chocolate ones aren't quite as probably good for you as the dark chocolate ones, but they don't offer the dark chocolate choice in the movie theater, so I had to go with the milk chocolate. And it says right there on the box, right here, made with whole fruit. So I don't know. To me, that says health food. I should be able to go to Nature's or someplace like that, and they should be on the shelf for this because that's kind of how I look at it anyway. Well, wait a minute. Has anyone ever had a Lion bar? I don't even think I've even heard of that. I'm not a fan of keeping your fillings in. Raisinets are not dots. Dots are they'll pull your teeth out. So those are the ones that are. Oh, Ooh, wait a minute. Are you talking about? Are you saying Raisinets are overrated, or are you saying Junior Mints are overrated? You better not be saying Raisinets are overrated. Junior Mints, okay, I got a little leeway there, but not Raisinets. Raisinets is like, it's like the ultimate sugary food group. So 9 out of 10 surgeons agree. Seinfeld reference means juju fruits are number one. No, those are like dots, right? Those are the same thing. Those are like, yeah, they'll pull your teeth out. Those are ridiculous. Patrick Dempsey, yes, that's who was in the movie with George Burns. And I think it was 18 Again, was actually the movie. 17 Again. Yes. It was something again. Yeah, toffee. I don't like Milk Duds. People like Milk Duds. I don't like Milk Duds because the texture inside, like the caramel texture, is gritty. And I don't like it. It's like brown sugar is more what it's like than caramel. And I mean, I'll eat them. If I was on a desert island and said, here, want some Milk Duds? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll have some Milk Duds. But if I have other options, I'll go with the other options. Unless it's black licorice. I will never go with that. I would take Milk Duds over that. But so anyway, there you have it. Zachary says, don't be fooled. Dried food is not good for you. Yeah, I know it isn't, but allow me to live in my fantasy land when I go to the movies and have my candy. Okay, that's all I'm asking. Oh, you know what? I forgot about Whoppers. Would I change my Whoppers? Would I take Whoppers instead of cookie dough? I don't know that I would. I love Whoppers, though. They're kind of crunchy, though. They're kind of loud, right? If you got that quiet part in the movie, you don't want to hear it. So it's kind of a dangerous, but I do love Whoppers. I love that malt in the middle. In fact, I'm not a big guy for shakes, milkshakes, but oh my gosh, chocolate malts, love them. So I'm a malt guy. I do like malt. Now, Green Laser is saying stay away from taffy. That'll pull your fillings out. Okay. Wow, Zag nuts. I haven't seen those in forever. You know, I'm okay with licorice. I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm okay with it. I was at a show in Alaska, and somebody had set up a booth where they had all this sort of like designer licorice. I guess they made it themselves. And it was incredible. Because they had they were like Twizzlers, and they were like ropes, I guess. You know, licorice ropes, but some of them would have different flavors intertwined, and it was really good. But that was the only time I kind of went nuts on licorice. I'm not a big licorice guy. So Ken Jackman says, no, I'm not a fan of malted milk balls. I've never liked them. Never liked them. Never will. All right. Well, here's something that I think we all like. It's maybe the moment that we've all been waiting for. This is me stalling while I'm looking for the intro. There it is. Let's watch this. I'd like to say that I have a bunch of good videos, but all I can say is I've got a bunch of videos. Let's take a look and see. You guys continually send me Bigfoot videos. Most of them are joke videos, and I appreciate it. I get a good laugh at them. Leg Kick sends me quite a few. The problem is the ones Legs you keep sending me are ones we've already done. Maybe you don't remember, but because we've been doing it for quite a while now. But I haven't seen any new videos that you've sent me. Now, somebody sent me this, and I can't remember. So if you did send me this, go ahead and take credit for it. Bigfoot is often mistaken for Sasquatch, and yet he never complains. Wah, wah, wah. So anyway, there you go. Little Bigfoot joke to warm you up before our first video. This one I call Bigfoot in the Woods. What a shock, right? Where else would you find him? That's right. Hey, I'm here till Thursday. Tip your waiter, please. Okay. We call this Bigfoot in the Woods, so I'm assuming that we're going to see Bigfoot in the woods. At first, I thought this was a bear. Yeah, sure you did. Let's take a look. Oh, Look at that. I think that's his ear right there. So we don't, conveniently, we can't quite see his face, can we? Maybe, is that his mouth right there? But now he gets up to leave. Oh, keep your camera on him. What are you doing? And then he walks off. Says, see you later. Now, for my money, if you take, this looks more like a Mugatu from Star Trek, sans the horn. Let's see, what are we looking at here? Is that his mouth right there? Is that his nose? I can't tell what that is. He's getting ready to, oh, see, that's the trick, right? Is don't make sure the camera's not steady and then he leaves. Is that his buddy in the costume? I'm kind of thinking it is, but you know, at least it's somewhat clear. What do you guys think? What are we looking at here? Dan's totally convinced it's Bigfoot. Eric, of course, concerned that it may be Kelsey. I think there's a possibility. There it is. Paul Taylor's taking credit for the bad Yeti joke. He says, "I sent that, Aaron," and then of course followed by boo. Oh, and then he's throwing tomatoes at you now, Paul. That's right. You're welcome. I'm here all show. That's right. Paul's here to contribute from the beginning to the bitter end. Okay, let's see. Paul Taylor saying it reminds me of an elephant for some bizarre reason. What do you mean, like a woolly mammoth? Maybe, I don't know. There's some more Kelsey out. Kelsey taking a dump. Kelsey out for some rolling papers. Ken Jack Ben says the fact that you can't tell what it is proves that it's fake. That don't look like no HD clarity, that's for sure. Drawing for Fun and Profit says, not all Bigfoots live in the woods. Some treat themselves to full body waxes, move to the big city, and change their name to Ron Perlman. There we go. All right, so we'll leave that. You can kind of decide on your own what your feeling was on that one. But there's more. Oh, we've only scratched the surface. This one starts slow, but I think finishes fast. Yeah. Trying to remember which one is which now. This one's called Bigfoot in the Woods also, part 2. But this is a different Bigfoot, I'm assuming. Let's take a look. It shows up here. There he is. See him? Okay, now we get in a little closer because we want to make it as blurry as possible. That's not horrible, though. See, he stands up there. He's kind of brushing stuff aside. My problem is, you guys, which is the reoccurring problem here, is this sort of casual human-like walking. I'm not getting the performance out of whoever's in this suit. And so you're not convincing me. I mean, first of all, it's blurry, of course, but that's a given. But look at this guy, just walking through there, swinging my arms around. Look out for that tree. I don't get the feeling that this is like some sort of animal thing. I get a feeling that it's a dude in a suit. This is really bad. I even cut that one. It's literally, well, we'll talk about that later. Let's get one more quick shot here. Again, he pops up right there. He is. And then we go to the blurry close-up, which is, of course, not helping at all. This is actually better from longer range. But as you can see, to me, it just looks like a guy walking through the bushes. I don't get any sort of, and who knows what a Bigfoot characteristic is, but I'm just saying, convince me that you're not a dude walking through the woods. And they didn't do it on this one. Just say, okay, now this, I was going to show this, but it's so bad I didn't show it. Maybe I should have shown it. See that right there? That's a hand. and they zoom in on the hand, and it's clearly some dude's hand, and he pulls the hand away. And you're like, oh, what could be in his attic? I don't know, your friend? I mean, it was a hand. It's a hand. It's a guy's hand. Dumb. Try harder. Oh my gosh. See, now I'm getting upset. Sister Ronan says it's Bigfoot picking flowers for his sweetie. That's yeah, it's clear far away, yet blurry close up. But yeah. Smudgefoot. Now we're getting quotes from Ron Perlman. Hey, you stop it right now. Is the name of the show would it be that? Oh, wait, here we go. He says, I had an idea for a sitcom parody starring Jason Alexander as Dennis the Menace type character called Sasquatch. He just wears a fuzzy suit with a face hole and a stomach hole. And the name of the show would be That Damn Sasquatch. Trying for fun and profit. Cocaine Bear looking for another hit. So anyway, I don't know. You guys probably aren't convinced. I'm not convinced there. But okay, now here's something I like to call the tall black thing. Now that's getting a little maybe dangerous saying something like that. But watch this and you tell me what it is. Huh? What is going on here? What is that? I'll tell you what that is. That's fake. That's what that is. Now they're going to blur it up for our viewing enjoyment. Let's take a look at this again. Is this the Slender Man or the Tall Man or the Shadow Man or the I did this on Photoshop Man? Now watch how they have a bird flying here to create realism. Where is it? Where is it? There he goes. See that bird fly right in there? I covered it up. There he is. That kind of lend a little real. Oh, there it is again. This thing, this tall, skinny black thing is just hanging onto that pole. Is that a flagpole? So he's patriotic, clearly. Yeah, I'm not getting a lot out of this. I'm thinking someone kind of dropped this in Photoshop. I love it gets kind of fuzzy down here by his feet. You know, I mean, the bird's a nice touch, but I'm not. And why is he just standing there holding the pole? I don't know. Come on. Moromi says it's a road gag. You can see the cowboy hat. Nephilim confirmed. Guy on stilts. Stilt man. Says, okay, that's creepy. I'll give them that much. It is kind of creepy, but at the same time, if it was moving a little bit or doing something, it might be creepier. But yeah, I don't know if there's any sort of official cryptid listing for that thing. So perhaps it's a new species we've never heard of. I love it when they say that. Perhaps it's a new species. Cicerone saying Manute Bull, tall enough. Yeah, Grey Wolves. He's not having any of it. That's Photoshopped. That's Photoshop. Past master. He's a dude. Yeah, the closer you get, the blurrier it gets. Funny how that works. Okay. Now this, what is this? Bigfoot field walk. I got a lot of Bigfoot videos this week, which is surprising. I haven't seen a lot recently that we haven't seen before, but let's check this out. I think I have seen this one before, but this seemed clearer to me for some reason than the other one I saw. And again, we've got the casual Bigfoot stroll, and that's what throws this for me. And he's just walking like a guy would be walking, you know, and the suit has long arms. But I think this was like, and why the guy's in a truck? I don't know if they're out hunting or what they're doing. I think they're hunting. Now they're running it backwards for comedic effect, I think. I don't know. Let's take a look from the beginning. This isn't too bad here. But yeah, they're in their truck. Why aren't you just driving? I don't know if this is a fence right there. Maybe it is. But I'm like, why aren't you driving over there to get a closer shot? Just stay in your truck. If it is a real Bigfoot, you're in your truck, right? So what's it going to do? Break your window? Maybe. But if it was a real Bigfoot and you got actual footage, it'd be worth paying to get a new windshield. I would drive over there unless this is some sort of like thin wire fence that I'm not seeing. And now they're comparing. They're saying, okay, this is a regular dude walking. This is the Bigfoot. So this guy's way taller. So therefore, he's legitimately. That doesn't prove anything. But yeah, so again, the casual walk is throwing me off here. And the fact that these guys are not making, I mean, let's look at the facts here. If we can we separate fact from fiction? Let's try. Let's go. Come on. There we go. Okay. This Bigfoot is in the middle of nowhere. Where is it going to go? You could drive in there with your truck, and where is this? Even if it took off running, you could catch up with it and get a decent shot if it was real. I mean, why are we staying this far away? He's in the middle of nowhere. And why isn't the film longer? You could have literally filmed this thing for 30 minutes as it walked. There's no place for it to go. It's out in the middle of nowhere. So I'm calling fakery, I'm chicanery, tomfoolery on this one. Yeah, there you go. I'm just starting my own hashtag, the casual walk, the casual Bigfoot walk. Yes, the Bigfoot costume itself would make him bigger and thicker, of course. Just picked up a pack of smokes. How do you expect him to walk, for Pete's sake? See, these are good reasoning there. Yeah, go exactly. Run it over with your truck, and then you got a trophy and take it back. You know, I finally caught Bigfoot out getting some smokes. That's what it looks like. He's out looking for a pack of smokes, just casually walking. It was either Colorado or Utah. I can't remember now. Colorado or Utah. I want to say Utah. Yes, he's walking to the Walmart. That's what it looks like. Okay. All right. So now let's take a look at yet another one. I call this one Bigfoot in the woods again. All of them are in the woods this time around. So no, no lake monsters or anything weird like that. All Bigfoot all the time. Although the last video I had to show you is kind of creepy. Shelley left a little too early. All right, let's see what we've got here. Don't think this one's very good. Maybe I'm mistaken. There he is. I mean, it's blurry, but you can tell it's moving. There's something moving there. And swinging its arms a little bit. Is it a bear, maybe? If it was real, which wouldn't even go as far to suggest that it might be real. But if it were, could it be a bear? I don't know. It's kind of hunched over. Arms appear to be hanging at its side. So this guy is at least trying to give you the Sasquatch walk. Again, right there. Hang on a second here. Let's slow this down. I'm not getting a whole lot of information here. Does he turn and look at the camera right? Yeah, I can't even see right there. I don't know. How can there be this many people that are crappy photographers? I mean, even with iPhones, you can zoom in a lot on iPhones without them going this bad. But anyway, I wonder if this is all the same Bigfoot just wandering through the woods at various different times, looking for a friend. Could be. Yeah, I don't even know what to think about this. What do you guys think? Paul Taylor, now he's a skeptic. He says, because if the pictures were clear, we'd easily see they were all fake. Dan says, I'm getting nauseous Go have a piece of pizza that'll settle your stomach. At least that always works for me. Paul Taylor saying, right color for a black bear, but it's walking upright for an extended period of time. That is true. So it seems less likely to be legit. He says, this is Dale Keown going aggro walking. Could be. Could be. Citizen Ronan saying, looks like computer shenanigans to me. You may be onto something there. That's the thing with, it's only going to get worse with AI, right? That we'll get videos that actually look really good, and we still won't be able to believe that they're real. Danke says, I don't think truer words are ever spoken. We're all looking for a friend, even Bigfoot. Wow, that kind of touches my heart. Kellraiser's making an excuse for the poor photographer. He says, an iPhone doesn't know what you're focusing on when there's a lot of things between you and what you're trying to shoot. Again, Phil's Deveros suggesting Kelsey. He's looking for the stilt man to help him dig his stilts out of the mud. Oh my goodness. Again, back to the interdimensionality of Bigfoot. That's why we can't ever get a clear shot of him. He's always phasing in and out of dimensions. That may be the most logical explanation we can come up with. You scared you? Yeah, but you fall for half of them already. I have never fallen for any of these. I simply are rating these as good performance, bad performance, like effort, no effort. Let's see. There it is. Confirmation. NPC Oasis says, yes, Bigfoot is interdimensional time traveler. There you go. All right. Now, this one I kind of like because this is not a Bigfoot. I'm not sure what this is. Could be your neighbor kid, but this is pretty creepy. So let's take a look at this. Now, this is of all places, allegedly was filmed in Vietnam. So not during the Vietnam War, but just like recently, apparently. Yeah, this is a Vietnam cryptid, okay? Look right here at this freaky face between these leaves. Now, it does zoom in. Now, check this out.
This Vietnamese spotted.
Look at that face. Oh, now see, he conveniently moved the leaves so that people would know he was there. Look at that face. That's kind of creepy looking. And he's wiggling the bushes. It's like Paul Newman in oh geez. What was the prison movie? He was on the road, prison gang. Cool Hand Luke, where he's like, I'm shaking the leaf, boss. He goes back and says, I got to take a piss. So he goes behind the bushes. He goes, I'm shaking the leaves. And he ties a string to it and keeps shaking the leaf while he escapes. But that's what this guy's doing. He's like shaking the leaves. It almost looks sloth-like, the face. But look at, there's a mouth there, a nose here, and two humongo eyes. Is this one of Joe Biden's aliens? Landed in Vietnam, perhaps? Oh, wait, no, we've got information being dropped here. Kellraiser says the Vietnam Sasquatch is called the Batatut. Batatut. Looks like every generic alien. Murdoch saying that's definitely a cow. Oh. If there is a Bigfoot, it's a Nephilim genetic experiment, says Danky Frankie. Rambo. Let's see. Paul Taylor said, hey, my mom always had that plant. That's why I don't. If that's your butt, oh, create a face. She's like, no, that's Photoshop. Sorry. Cicerone says that is a dude in makeup. In my neighborhood, we call those things weirdos. Karen Jean-Pierre. It's the alien from Stargate, clearly. Paul Taylor says, no, it's just a guy with camo paint on. Well, I don't know. All I know is it's a fairly creepy video, though. At least we get to see something. Yeah, look at him in there. The fact that he's not running or moving, he's just kind of staring and shaking the branches. Yeah, I'm thinking probably wouldn't be doing that if he was hiding from someone. Now, You Scared Jody is all over this. He says, no, that one could definitely be Kelsey. Is that like clean-shaven Kelsey? Oh, that's something to think about. Well, I'll have to talk to him about that on Graybeards. Clean-shaven Kelsey, what would that even look like? Well, everybody, we have managed to stretch this torturous show into 2 hours and 23 minutes, and I feel pretty good about myself for that. I want to thank everybody for joining me once again. We couldn't do it without you. You know my old line, we're nothing without you there. So I appreciate you guys coming in and participating, having a little fun with us. I would like to remind everybody, of course, that I do have a campaign called Wraith of God Blood Hunters. We're only a couple weeks from this thing going to the printer, so it's going to be closed down in early September. So at least by the very latest, second week of September. So get in there and back. We get to 150K. Everybody gets those bookmarks for free. And I would like to say, when I do trading cards, when I do bookmarks, I do all new art for that stuff. I don't reprint any old art. So you guys are making me work. So I do new stuff just for you guys. So get in there and back if you haven't yet. I'd greatly appreciate it. Link is in the description of this video. Keep your eyes on this channel for Graybeard Studio, which features David Williams, me, Kelsey Shannon, also known as Sasquatch, and Gary Martin. And we may have a guest this week. I'm not going to announce the guest because last time I did that with Stroman, he couldn't make it last minute. And so I'm advertising something that's not happening. So, but we're planning on getting a big name guest. It looks like it's going to come through, but until it does, you'll just have to keep your eyes open. Our poll I posted on Twitter on Monday. Gary's picking categories this week. So you guys will get to choose which specific category you want us to draw from. So keep your eyes open for that. Kings on Monday night, Professionals on Tuesday night. Not sure who's hosting. I think Art Taber is, but I could be wrong. So anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate you very much. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for participating in the show. And we will see you again next time right here on Aaron Law.